Feeling drained? It's time to set boundaries. Ever felt drained, overwhelmed, or like people just walk all over you? Yeah, I've been there. We've all been there. That feeling of being pulled in a million directions, of giving and giving until there's nothing left but an empty shell of ourselves. It's exhausting, it's frustrating, and honestly, it's heartbreaking. Because here's the thing. We were not put on this earth to be martyrs to other people's needs. We deserve to protect our energy, our time, and our well-being. But let me tell you, once I mastered the art of setting boundaries, my life changed. And trust me, yours will too. We all have that friend, right? The one who calls at 2 a.m. with a crisis, who dumps their emotional baggage on you without a second thought, who expects you to be their personal therapist, cheerleader, and punching bag all rolled into one. And while it's amazing to be there for our friends, it's also important to remember that we are not responsible for fixing their lives. We can't pour from an empty cup, and constantly being the emotional dumping ground for someone else will leave us feeling depleted and resentful. Ever had that one friend who treats you like their personal therapist? Their life is a mess, and they expect you to fix it. But here's the thing. You're not a 24/7 helpline. Setting boundaries with friends can be tough because we don't want to hurt their feelings or damage the relationship. But true friendship is built on mutual respect, and that includes respecting each other's time, energy, and emotional capacity. It's about having the courage to say, hey, I love you and I'm here for you, but I can't be your only source of support. I need you to respect my boundaries and understand that I have my own life too. Try this. Let them know you care, but you can't always be available. If they get mad, that's a them problem, not a you problem. Remember, setting boundaries is not about controlling other people's behavior. It's about taking responsibility for our own well-being. It's about recognizing that we have a right to protect our own peace, even if it means having some uncomfortable conversations along the way. And sometimes, the most loving thing we can do for ourselves and our friends is to step back and encourage them to seek professional help if they need it. Family. The people who know us best, love us the most, and also have an uncanny ability to push our buttons like no one else can. Family dynamics are complex, and often, boundaries get blurred because of unspoken expectations, cultural norms, or simply the fact that we've been conditioned to prioritize their needs above our own. But here's the thing. Setting boundaries with family is crucial for our own mental and emotional well-being. Family. The people we love, but also the people who cross the most boundaries. Maybe it's the, why aren't you doing this? Why don't you look like that? You don't have to engage in every conversation that makes you uncomfortable. Try responding with, or just hit them with a smile in silence. Trust me, it works. It's about recognizing that we have a right to our own thoughts, feelings, and choices, even if they don't align with our family's beliefs or expectations. It's about having the courage to say, I love you, but I'm not going to engage in conversations that make me uncomfortable. I'm not going to tolerate disrespect or boundary violations, even if it comes from a place of love. Setting boundaries with family can be challenging, especially if they're used to having free reign over our lives. But it's important to remember that we're not responsible for their reactions. We can't control how they respond to our boundaries, but we can control how we respond to their reactions. We can choose to stand firm in our truth, to communicate our needs with love and respect, and to walk away from situations that compromise our well-being. Chapter 3. Boundaries at school work. You are not a doormat. Let's talk about boundaries in the workplace or at school. Those spaces where we're often expected to be on all the time, to go above and beyond, and to sacrifice our own well-being for the sake of productivity or good grades. But here's the thing. We are not machines. We are human beings with limits, and it's crucial to set boundaries in these environments to protect our time, energy, and mental health. Ever noticed how if you're the responsible one, people start dumping their work on you? Group projects, extra tasks, favors, you name it. The first time you say it, it'll feel weird. The second time, power move. The third time, people will stop asking. Setting boundaries at work or school might look like saying no to taking on extra projects when you're already feeling overwhelmed. It might look like setting clear expectations with colleagues or classmates about your availability and workload. It might even mean having difficult conversations with supervisors or professors about unrealistic deadlines or expectations. Remember, setting boundaries is not about being difficult or uncooperative. It's about prioritizing your own well-being and ensuring that you can show up as your best self in these environments. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are valuable and that it's okay to say no to protect them. Chapter 4: Boundaries Online and Social Media. Reclaiming your digital peace. In today's digital age, it's easy to feel like we're constantly bombarded with information, opinions, and images that can leave us feeling overwhelmed, inadequate, and disconnected from our own lives. Social media, while a powerful tool for connection, can also become a breeding ground for comparison, negativity, and a constant sense of FOMO, fear of missing out. Let's be real. Social media can be draining. The endless scrolling, negativity, the feeling that everyone else has their life together while you're just trying to survive. Unfollow accounts that don't make you feel good. Mute notifications. Set screen time limits. Social media is a tool, not a trap. Setting boundaries online might look like unfollowing accounts that trigger feelings of inadequacy or comparison. It might mean limiting your time on social media, setting specific times of day when you check notifications, or even taking regular social media detoxes to reconnect with yourself and the real world. Remember, you have the power to curate your online experience. You get to choose what you consume, who you interact with, and how much time and energy you invest in the digital world. Don't be afraid to hit the unfollow button, to mute notifications, or to step away from the screen altogether when you need a break. Your mental health and well-being are worth it. Chapter 5: Boundaries with Yourself. The ultimate act of self-love. Perhaps the most important boundaries we can set are the ones we set with ourselves. These are the boundaries that protect our time, energy, and mental health from our own self-sabotaging tendencies, our inner critic, and our people-pleasing habits. Let's talk about the hardest boundaries, the ones with yourself. Because sometimes we're our own worst enemy. It's not selfish to put yourself first, it's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup, and trust me, burnout is not a flex. Setting boundaries with ourselves might look like prioritizing sleep, even when there's a million things on our to-do list. It might look like saying no to commitments that drain our energy, even if it means disappointing others. It might look like carving out time for self-care, even when it feels like a luxury we can't afford. Remember, you are worthy of your own love and care. You are allowed to set boundaries that protect your well-being, even if it means saying no to yourself sometimes. It's not selfish to prioritize your own needs. It's an act of self-love that allows you to show up as your best self in the world. Here's the truth. When you start setting boundaries, some people won't like it. They might resist, they might try to guilt you, they might even try to make you feel bad for prioritizing your own needs. But the people who truly respect you, they'll adjust. They'll understand that your boundaries are not about shutting them out, they're about protecting your peace and showing up as your most authentic self. Because if you don't protect your time and energy, who will? If this video made you rethink your boundaries, hit that like button. And if you're serious about taking control of your life, subscribe. Because we're just getting started on this glow-up journey. Let's set boundaries like a boss and protect our peace.